So let's move on to the other topic, which is loaders and plugins, which is the heart of the Webpack configuration file. These are very important building blocks to run your React code or JavaScript or optimization or whatever. Because other than loaders and plugins, Webpack cannot do anything actually. You need to understand this very easy. So they are very essential concepts in Webpack that enhance its functionality and allow for the transformation, optimization, processing of different types of files and assets in your project. So loaders in Webpack are modules that are used to pre-process files as they are added to the dependency graph. I told you about dependency graph. Now pre-process means what? It creates the static file before execution while at the time of compilation. So they help Webpack understand and process different file types and transform them into valid modules that can be included in the bundle. So they are specified in the Webpack configuration to handle specific file types or apply. So we need to mention which file type Webpack loader needs to consider. You will understand in the next example. So what is a transpiling means loaders like babel-loader enable the transpilation of modern JavaScript to a backward compatible version that can run in old browsers. So let's say you have an old browser and it does not understand the new feature actually. So as you all know, as per the setting, babel-loader can make that code working on the older browsers also, right? So you can use the babel-loader inside the Webpack. So this is kind of third-party integration. Styling. So I already told you that loader like css-loader are used like to import to convert your SCSS less code into plain CSS code so that browser can understand. Asset handling. You can use file loader and URL loader to handle the loading and bundling of various types of assets such as images, fonts, and other media files. Whatever media files you have, whatever things you have, like they need some loaders like file loader and URL loader so that it will pre-process and create while at the time of compilation. So it does the code analysis with the help of ESLint loader. You see ESLint-loader, or for the TypeScript it uses TS-loader and check the code for linting errors and inform accordingly. Whatever you want to do, you have to write in the Webpack configuration and it will do it for you. So you see on the screen, you have to provide whatever loader you want to do, you want to use in the module.rules. Rules can be an array. It can have one or more elements in that, and one element can execute the rules. You see in this code, in this rule, babel-loader is being used, right, for loading. What I am saying is to pass the .js files using this babel-loader, and these are the options actually. Okay, so this is very straightforward thing. Don't need to by heart, don't need to remember these things. You will find this setting on Google also. Just you need to understand that everything is a JSON. So plugin in Webpack are modules that extends its functionality by performing a wide range of tasks throughout the build process. So they can be used to optimize bundles, inject variables, manipulate chunks, extract CSS, and much more. Okay, so plugins has its own role actually, and they are instantiated with the new keyword and added in the area of Webpack configuration. So you see one of the plugin is Uglify.js Webpack plugin. What it does is it does the minification. So there is a JavaScript code with the written with the traditional programmer. We want it to be modified to minify, like not modified. We want the minified version. We can use Uglify plugin actually from the Webpack. We want to generate the HTML. There is a plugin called as HTML Webpack generation. Okay, Webpack plugin. Sorry, it will create the HTML code actually, so that it will understood by the browser. Asset management. You see, asset means CSS files are extracted into separate files, and for that you can use mini CSS extract plugin. For environmental injection, you want to use some environmental files like .env. For that, you can use webpack.define plugin. What that will do is you can take all the variables from your environment variables and keep it in your code like process.env. something. So I'm not going to tell you what environment variables, how it works. As a React developer, as an Angular developer, you guys might be knowing about this actually, how environment variable does. So to use a plugin, you need to install it. This is very important. Without installing, you cannot use it. This is how React.js, AngularJS works, right? And then you need to import it. So loaders and plugins, by leveraging these, you can customize the functionality. Whatever you want to do, you can implement. So I will explain you like how to install. Just quickly I am going because I know these are very simple things which developers have hands-on practice. HTML Webpack plugin. They are you can use this command npm install savedev HTML Webpack plugin. Why savedev? Because in the production it has no use. Because why it is no use? Because you are not going to execute this command. You will be getting the bundle, output bundle, right? That's why. So that's why --save -dev is important here. npm install clean Webpack plugin. If you implement this and use it, what it will happen is, before creating new bundle in the output folder and path like dist, it will clean that so that all the earlier code will be removed and there will be less chances of cache problems and different things. So existing files are not there, and every time new file will be moved over there. Mini CSS extract plugin, as the name suggests, it will minify your CSS. This optimizes and minifies CSS assets. So this is the different plugin. So there are optimization. The first one is for minification, second one is for optimization.